Hey, what's up? Alright, I haven't done a CD review in a while, so this should be fun for me and you. Huh. And I'm going to be reviewing Option Paralysis, the new Dillinger Escape Plan album. Well, it came out in March, I think, so it's sort of new, kind of, yeah. Um, yeah, so I'll start by saying that I saw an interview with Greg, forgot how to pronounce his last name, and Ben Weinman, talking about the guitarist and vocalist, if I didn't say that, talking about what, like, option paralysis means, and, like, how it, like, the theme of the album, really, what it's all about, and the option paralysis is actually a term that means so many choices that you make none. Um, and Greg was talking about how, like, one example of how we, like, face that every day is with, like, how far we've come in technology in, say, like, the last 100 years or something. And he said that all of it's great and that he wouldn't want to, like, not have any of it, but there's something to be said for, like, having a real human experience too. Like, instead of watching a situation on YouTube, putting yourself in that situation, or maybe not sleeping with your BlackBerry or stuff like that, like actually doing things. And also the technology relating to option paralysis, like, we have so much shit that sometimes you don't, sometimes you have so many choices that you make none. We have, like, phones and TV and the internet and all that stuff, and that's kind of, well, I'll get into the lyrics too, but that's kind of, the idea behind the name of the album. Now, to take the album out of the case or the cover thingy, and this is awesome. All right, check this out. So this is this side that comes up like that. This side folds out like that, and they're in two thingies, and they all come out like that. It's like option paralysis. You have so many choices. Well, I mean, you do end up making a choice, but that's what I think they did this for. And you don't even need to put the two back, like, together. Like, you can do this and then this and then this. You can do it however you want. And on these are the lyrics, by the way, and all the info is right there. And then the CD's right in the middle. So I think that's pretty cool how they did something original, and, well, it's the Dillinger Escape Plan, of course. They're just so awesome, and I'm about to get into that. So yeah, they did something cool and original with the album design and the music as well. This album is fucking amazing. Everything about it. It's so good. It's why I love the band so much, and I actually recently just got into them, but I've been listening to, like, all of their stuff, and they're just so amazing. Like, they just, they seem to just go right up to genre and just, like, fuck you. They're not restricted by anything, and they put a new perspective on everything. If someone asked me what genre this album was, I honestly wouldn't know what to tell them. There's influences from so much stuff, but it all has a place. It doesn't feel like they just stuck stuff in there and just for the sake of it. It all fits. Um, if you're into, like, if you're, like, only into their first album, Calculating Infinity, which is pretty much, like, straight up mathcore, there's definitely a lot of that in here, but there's also a lot of Ironworks kind of things going on in here too. Well, sort of. It's so hard to say, like I just said. There are lots of kind of piano stuff in here, especially the song Widower. It's like, dude, I don't even know where to start. Talking about the music. it's just so diverse and so interesting. It never gets repetitive for me anyway. I can, it's just so cool. So if you want to like hear the music, you're gonna have to listen to that for yourself. But I will give you my take on some of the lyrics, which are also very good and well written. Yeah, all right. So I didn't really see a relation to option paralysis in the lyrics. Like option paralysis, like what I was talking about earlier. Um, but I think I did, I do have some interpretations on what they are about. The first song, Farewell Mona Lisa, and the single, the one they made a music video for, uh, also one of the best songs on the album. I mean, they're all good, but you know what I mean. Um, my friend brought up to my attention, I thought it was about something much more uh, broad, I guess. If you've seen my review on Relapse by Eminem, you know that I tend to overinterpret things sometimes. But I'm like 99% sure that this song is about all of the people who like want the Dillinger Escape Plan to go back to make Calculating Infinity again, like make that kind of music again. And they can't seem to wrap their head around the fact that they're a band that does something different every time, and that's why they're so awesome. Like a bunch of lines that fit with that, like animals destined for fuel or observance, our role is clear, never stray far from the path. Like, he's being sarcastic, like, oh, we have to stay here because all of them want us to, everything has an end, meaning, like, an era, the Dillinger Escape Plan, Calculating Infinity, like, everything has an end, what am I supposed to say? Oh, sorry, I guess I forgot, that's kind of, like, yeah. um, and then when he says, I think when he's saying there's no feeling in this place, the echoes of the past speak louder than any voice I hear right now. Don't you ever try to be more than you were destined for? I think he's like talking in the viewpoint of the fan who wants them to go back and make Calculating Infinity again. I don't mean that literally if you haven't gotten that yet. Um, like someone saying, don't you ever try to be, more than you were destined for, which is just to make the kind of music I want to hear. You know what I mean? Just checking the time. Yeah, so that's the thing that song's about. Good Neighbor, don't really have a solid interpretation on that yet. Awesome song. Yeah. There's a few songs, I think, Gold Teeth on a Bum, Crystal Morning, and I Wouldn't If You Didn't, that I'm thinking that actually have a lot of like religion bashing in them. That's what I think anyway. You call him pretty and blessed child, now see how the pretty boy runs wild like Jesus, you are the first one to fall down, you are the first one to cry foul, you are the first one to point the blame, you're the last one to feel ashamed. Yeah. And turn around here. I wouldn't if you didn't, at the end he says, those lips, crooked sadistic words, don't waste your turn, save us from the non-existent, teaching that suffering is love, suffering is not love. Like Jesus on the cross, and there's lots of other lines from that song too. And then in other songs, Widower, Endless Endings, and Parasitic Twins for sure. And I'm thinking Roomful of Eyes too, or I'll kind of go back to the relationship theme that they did a lot of on Calculating Infinity. So yeah, it's just this big, like, by big I mean sound, oh, there's so much to say, dude. Oh, it's just so good and so different and so original and just so awesome. There's so many parts that you can like headbang and mosh to, and then there's parts where you can just like chill to it, and there's parts where it takes a few listens to fully get it all, and I just love stuff like that. So A. If you like new, original, and interesting music, buy this for sure, and listen to some other Dillinger too. Bye.